Greetings. So, after months and months and months of covering the Master Chief Collection update process and talking about the Master Chief Collection update process, the update is finally out today. So, if you log into your Xbox One console and fire up the MCC, you'll be prompted to say that you have an update. Now, this is everything that they have been talking about for forever. So, this will make the multiplayer work if it doesn't work for you. Tons of fixes to the campaigns, the multiplayers, the playlists in between, tons of stuff. So they released a whole bunch of patch notes. I'm going to try and run through most of the things. It's pretty long. If you want to follow along with me or read it for yourself, link to it's in the description. There's a ton of more news about this. And so there's a few other things that they were saying, and so they're going to be keeping the MCC Insider app for future fixes that they're going to release. So it'll go to the Insider program first, and then it goes to everyone else. And they have some things where it says looking ahead. And it's pretty cool. So they're saying the next update is going to include the custom games browser, is on the agenda, as are a variety of additional quality of life improvements and additional fixes based on both current known issues and new issues that arise after this update is out in the wild. And yes, when it comes to future features, the team is definitely aware that many players are very eager to see Halo Reach added. We don't have anything to announce or to commit to right now, but it's on the long list of things the team is constantly evaluating and thinking about for future possible updates. So this is really cool because they are at least giving you notice that they notice what you've been telling them is that you want the Halo Reach added into the MCC. And I think that's really fantastic to see, and I think that really bring a lot of life back into Halo Reach. Granted, I think Halo Reach has a pretty good population. It's usually like a couple thousand people are always playing Halo Reach, which I think is pretty good for a game that's 8 years old. So that's really awesome to see. They're saying, oh, by the way, Halo Nightfall and ODST are not included with the subscription service to Game Pass with the MCC. So if you're a Game Pass pleb and you get the MCC on September 1st, it's not going to have ODST or Halo Nightfall. If you do not have Game Pass and you have the regular disc of MCC, you do have access to Halo Nightfall, but you do not have access to ODST if you don't already. So if you want to get ODST, it's $5 from the marketplace, and that has all the visual enhancements to the Xbox One X. It runs natively at 60 FPS on all Xbox One consoles, and it just is objectively better than the ODST campaign on the 360. Keep in mind, though, that this does not include Firefight, that is found in ODST on the 360. However, if Firefight's more of your thing, that game's backwards compatible, so you can play that as well. Anyway, so I'm going to go through some of the patch notes. I don't think I'm going to hit all of them because there's a ton. So I'm just going to hit the major ones. So they're saying the new features are the visual enhancements. So it's 4K resolution with HDR on Xbox One X and your compatible TV. Intelligent delivery, which means you can customize games in languages that you want. So if you don't want the Halo 3 multiplayer, you don't need it. And if you don't want the Halo 1 campaign, you don't need it. You can turn it on and off and save yourself some space. It also has offline LAN, so you can play with other people who have whatever Xbox One console that they have offline with minimal latency over your local area network. For networking updates, all match-made games now run on dedicated servers, so that's going to fix a ton of stuff. They did round-to-round matchmaking, which means you finish a game, you don't have to click A again on the playlist to start your search. It'll just continuously search for you like older Halo games did. Join in progress for custom games, thank God. Dedicated server optimizations, improved party stability and host migration, so it's going to be a lot easier to get in and out of parties and things of that sorts. There's menu and UI updates, so they completely redid the title screen, the splash screen, the background video. They did a whole UI refresh of the menu. It has a vertical design now instead of horizontal, and you just have to like see it for yourself. it actually makes you wonder how you managed the old UI with the old broken ass MCC, because this UI is so much smoother and cleaner and much easier to get in and out of things. You're not covered in like 50,000 different menus as you used to be. They messed with some things with your networking settings. You can see more things like your ping. Audio settings, a main menu volume slider so the music doesn't have to be on 90 anymore. Controller settings, they changed the message of the day. An HDR settings so you can kind of change it to how you like it. There's a ton of load time optimization, so you're going to be getting in and out of games faster regardless of whatever Xbox console you're on. But of course, you're going to see the biggest improvements on the X. They said you're going to see the biggest improvements in Halo 2 Anniversary. It's going to be loading a lot faster now, which is good. They fixed a lot of the campaign playlists and the save bug issues that people were having. And so that's it for the global stuff. And now we're going to get into some general things. So they're talking about bug fixes for the campaigns. They fixed issues when earning achievements for completing levels in Halo 1 and Halo 2. They fixed the scoring updates. Apparently there are issues with that. Fixed global stats not incrementing properly when completing missions in both single player and co-op. Fixed improper scoring calculations. Fixed multiple co-op related crashes across all the campaigns. And fixed issues with the displaying duplicate PGCRs. I don't know what that means, but they fixed it. For the multiplayer, matched lobbies can now continue playing together after their match ends. Players can now begin another search instead of being returned to the main menu after games. Parties are now maintained after changing the game session leader. That's nice. Matchmaking games no longer continue if the entire team quits before a match starts. Fixed players being assigned to the wrong teams. Fixed win-loss conditions when an entire team quits in both Halo 3 and Halo 4. Improve the betrayal booting messaging. Fixed multiple maps and conditions that cause performance issues for frames rendered. Fixed issues with players being unable to join each other. That was a big one. Fixed host migration lobbies. They fixed a bunch of crashes, oddball issues, the scoring, voice chat stuff. Suspended multiplayer games due to various scenarios. Issues where guests and silver accounts were incorrectly named. Issues related to ranks after closing the title just after ranking up. And that's most of the issues with multiplayer. For custom games, Forge, and films, they fixed an issue where Xbox One X players would be removed from lobby at the end of custom games. There's a bunch of Halo 3 stuff with lighting and Forge and all that. Enabled host migration in Forge for all games. That's pretty nice. They fixed dynamic lighting in Forge and films, things of that sorts. There's some more global issues here that they fixed. The refresh and response time has been improved. Host migration, again, more of that stuff. Fixed various medals not being earned. I think PGCR is post-game combat record, if I remember correctly. So that's like the game ends and you say, oh, how did I do? That's what it is. Voice chat and team chat improvements and fixes. Mostly just kind of small things here and there. Talking about controller improvements with your controller settings. They're going to dive into each of the games here. So they start out with Halo Combat Evolved. They improve the FOV for split screen. They fix various text and HUD fixes. Let's see here. Improve Magnum shot registration issues. Oh dear, that's going to be painful. Fixed double halos appearing in the Pillar of Autumn outro cinematic. So apparently 2 halos showed up at the end of that mission. That's kind of it for Halo 1. For Halo 2, they fixed the weapon rates not matching Halo 2 for the original Xbox. And apparently if you beat the Prophet of Regret to death with your fists, it now grants you campaign scoring points. So that's nice. They fixed the FOVs to match the original Xbox setting for both single player and split screen. Returned original Xbox connection and host migration screens for nostalgia. Fixed rare issue with matches starting before our players have joined. Fixed the Staketacular medal for Halo 2 Classic. Fixed the invalid team color options for Halo 2, and the campaign no longer resumes in legacy graphics if the player is set to remaster graphics. For Halo 2 Anniversary, they fixed a ton of achievements. Numerous issues with the Anniversary co-op campaign. Apparently a lot of people are having issues with that. For Halo 3, they fixed the gamma and contrast settings, improved lighting bloom to better reflect the Xbox 360 version's representation, reorder custom game types so Slayer appears first. The Gorilla achievement unlock conditions have been improved. Same with the King of Crows achievement. Same with the Who Needs Them achievement. Fix several option descriptions to match the 360 text in custom games, and fix the suicide penalty for not appearing in certain game types. For Halo 4, they fixed the incorrect button prompt on screen during the final Didac QuickTime event. So this was like the very end of Halo 4. I think it used to say press RT to fire machine gun or something, and now it says press RT to do the grenade, or what is it, throw the grenade or activate the bomb, or whatever it says. It's correct. Now that was a meme for years on Twitter, and I think people are a little sad that that fix is finally being implemented. Weapon skins cannot be selected independently per loadout. They fixed the bullet refunding issues when playing matches on dedicated servers. Fixed the tutorial prompts for the Mantis melee button for several various control layouts. Fixed the grenade button prompt during the final grenade encounter. Okay, I think they just said that, but okay. Corrected score values for various vehicles. Fixed stereo playback for various language audio. Fixed rare respawn issue on Ravine. Spartan Ops skulls now have names and descriptions in the menu. And various achievement unlock improvements. For ODST, they did a ton of stuff for ODST. You want to know what they did to ODST? They did theater improvements. That's all they did to ODST. But you know what? I think ODST didn't have many issues. And I think that's mostly because there's not a lot of multiplayer stuff with ODST, because it uses Halo 3's multiplayer. Unless you're talking about Firefight, and then that's a whole nother can of worms that they're trying not to open, I think. Here's some known issues that they know of with the MCC update, some things that they still want to work on. They say it can go out of sync when moving from mission to mission in Halo 2 co-op campaign when the host has a regular Xbox One, the VCR version, and the client, whoever's joining them, has an Xbox One X. It says players may need to reacquire previously collected ODST audio logs before receiving achievements related to them. Aim sensitivity feels faster in update compared to previous MCC retail. A few other things. Talking about Halo 4 Forge is a little out of whack, I think. Intelligent delivery may fail. And some career stats do not update until the title is restarted. So that is a whopping amount of fixes and changes that they're doing. There's a few that I skipped here. If you want to read all the other ones, link to it's in the description. And I'm super excited that this day has finally come. I'm going to be playing this in a few minutes here. So we'll be doing some game nights where we're playing the MCC on our Twitch and probably our Mixer page as well. Links to those are in the description. We do community events every once in a while where everyone can just join us and have a blast. The next one's going to be in Halo MCC because of this update and everything works now. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to check that out. And we'll be covering all the other MCC nonsense stuff as it comes out. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. I'm Andrew from Team Respawn, and I'll see you next time.